10 Westerns of 1969. A great year with around 45 Westerns made, with names like John Wayne, Gregory Peck and Paul Newman. I won't get into all the Westerns made this year in this video. Let me know in the comments what your favourite was. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Like, share and subscribe. You know the drill. Appreciate it, really. Let's get into it. "100 Rifles", a Western directed by Tom Greaves, starring Jim Brown, Raquel Welch and Burt Reynolds, based on Robert McLeod's 1966 novel The Californio, shot in Spain. The music score was composed by Jerry Goldsmith, who had previously also scored Bandolero, another Western starring Welch. The producers wanted Raquel Welch to shower under the water tower, less her shirt. It was just one more way of trying to get Rocky nude. Welch later said she defied the producers and kept her shirt on. Later, Burt Reynolds commented, "It was twice as sexy the way she did it."
15 years in the 9th Cavalry, keeping the law and chasing bad Indians. But this one ain't my business, it ain't my fight, and it ain't my job.
We should have killed him.
I'm sorry you got mixed up in this.
You ain't half as sorry as me.
They didn't. How? They fight with every dirty trick in the book. And they're the heroes.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a Western buddy film directed by George Roy Hill. Based loosely on fact, the film tells the story of Wild West outlaws Robert Leroy Parker, known as Butch Cassidy, Paul Newman, and his partner, Harry Longabaugh, the Sundance Kid, Robert Redford. On the run from a posse after a string of train robberies, the pair and Sundance's lover, Etta Place, Catherine Ross, flee to Bolivia to escape the posse. The real Butch Cassidy got his nickname because he once worked in a butcher's shop. The Sundance Kid got his nickname because he once was arrested in the Wyoming town of Sundance.
Fall will probably kill you.
Charro, a Western starring Elvis Presley, shot on location at Apacheland Movie Ranch and Old Tucson Studios in Arizona, Presley's only film in which he did not sing on screen. The film featured no songs at all, other than the main title theme, which was played over the opening credits. It was also the only movie in which Presley sported a beard. Ina Berlin, Victor French, Barbara Well, and Solomon Sturgis co-starred. The final film for director Charles Marquis Warren, who also produced and wrote it. The film made a profit, but was not a great success. One of Presley's least seen films, despite being regarded among his best in terms of acting. Elvis wore his hat like the Western actor Bing Russell in Charro, after telling Kurt Russell, his son, that he was a fan and would do this if he acted in another Western.
But which road will lead you to tomorrow? Charro, you stole from him. Oh no, Charro, don't go. Charro, in the wind. Your past is catching up and closing in.
The Desperados, a Western directed by Henry Levine, starring Vince Edwards and Jack Palance. A ruthless preacher, Parson Josiah Galt, leads a band of Southern marauders during the Civil War that includes his sons, David, Adam, and Jacob. The parson has turned vengeful and sadistic since the death of his wife. David can no longer stomach what his family is doing when his brother Adam tries to rape a girl in a Kansas town that the Galts have just raided and looted. David tries to leave. He is brought back, accused of treason, by his own father and sentenced to hang. Jeffrey Hunter was originally signed for the George Marasas role, but died shortly thereafter. Guns of the Magnificent Seven, a western made in the genre of a Zapata western. The second sequel to the classic 1960 western action film, The Magnificent Seven, itself based on Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai 1954, directed by Paul Wend-Koss, and produced by Vincent M. Fennelly. Starred George Kennedy as Chris Adams, the character Yul Brynner portrayed in the first two films. The additions to the cast that make up the new Seven are Monty Markham, Bernie Casey, James Whitmore, Rennie Santoni, Joe Don Baker, and Scott Thomas. Each has their own personality and baggage, banding together to help free a Mexican revolutionary, Fernando Rey, and help fight the oppression of sadistic militarist Diego, played by Michael and Sarah. Elmer Bernstein again provides the music. Yul Brynner did not want to return to the role of Chris, so the role was taken by George Kennedy, then at the height of popularity, after winning his Academy Award for Cool Hand Luke, 1967.
It's all right with me. You want to know the money? What do you say? There's a seat open over here, PJ. Seven here.
McKenna's Gold, a western directed by J. Lee Thompson, with an ensemble cast featuring Gregory Peck, Omar Sharif, Telly Savalas, Ted Cassidy, Camilla Spav, and Julie Newman, with original music by Quincy Jones. Based on the novel of the same name by Heck Allen, was loosely based on the legend of the Lost Adams diggings, crediting the Frank Dobie account of the legend, Apache Gold, and Yaqui Silver. The film was a box office failure in North America, but went on to become a major success in the Soviet Union and the Indian subcontinent. During the swimming scene at the pool, Heshki was supposed to be topless with a loincloth. In an interview, Julie Newmar stated that at the last minute she decided to do the scene fully nude, and no one, especially the actors and crew, argued with her about the decision.
Everywhere. The canyon walls had streaks 5 yards, 10 yards wide, without showing color.
As he has never been seen before. Two giants of the screen, clashing in a story that reaches a new peak of high adventure.
Come on!
Zapata, a spaghetti western directed by Gianfranco Parolini. The first film in the Zapata trilogy stars Lee Van Cleef as the title character. Parolini had previously made a major success with the first Sartana spaghetti western, If You Meet Sartana, Pray for Your Death, 1968. In Doughty, Texas, a group of thieves, disguised as army soldiers, steal a safe with $100,000 of army money. By having a pair of acrobats vault up to the second-floor entrance, they haul the vault away in a wagon. During the robbery, Zapata befriends a Confederate veteran. Zapata chases the thieves and shoots them all down from long range. Returning the safe, accepts a $5,000 reward from the army. Body count, 75. The main villain, Stengel, has been criticized as an overtly homophobic stereotype that would never be allowed in a film today.
Instead, our paths cross once again.
True Grit, a western directed by Henry Hathaway, starring John Wayne as U.S. Marshal Rooster Cogburn, Glenn Campbell as LaBouffe, and Kim Darby as Mattie Ross. The first film adaptation of Charles Portis's 1968 novel of the same name. Wayne won his first and only Oscar for his performance, reprising his character for the 1975 sequel, Rooster Cogburn. It's believed Cogburn was based on Deputy U.S. Marshal Heck Thomas, who brought in some of the toughest outlaws. Also features Robert Duvall, Dennis Hopper, Jeff Corey, and Strother Martin. The title song sung by Campbell was also Oscar nominated. Stunt double Jim Burke performed the entire scene where Rooster Cogburn charged Ned Pepper's gang on horseback. John Wayne was only seen briefly in close-up, and he was riding on a trailer, not a horse.
I'm here to take you back to Fort Smith and hang you.
And I think I will not go. Now, how do you like that?
Now, you mean to say that you won't go with me on your own free will?
You just got it the other way around. Now, you will follow me. I didn't think you'd do it. I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
The Undefeated, a Western and Civil War era film directed by Andrew V. McLaughlin, starring John Wayne and Rock Hudson. The film recounts the events surrounding the French imperial intervention in Mexico during the 1860s period of the American Civil War, also somewhat based on Confederate States Army General Joseph Orville Shelby's factual escape to Mexico after the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, and his attempt to join with Maximilian's Imperial Mexican forces. Before filming began, John Wayne had to lose most of the weight he had put on in order to play Rooster Cogburn in True Grit.
Of death and destruction across 2,000 miles of violence. Ambush, treachery, John Wayne, Rock Hudson, battling it out toe to toe and side by side.
What do you want?
Your horses, your guns, and your gold. And you also have some women, senor.
The man.
Conversation kind of dried up, ma'am.
What do you want of us, General?
You will do as I say.
You ready, Colonel? Ready.
Turn him loose, McCartney!
The Wild Bunch, an epic revisionist western directed by Sam Peckinpah, starring William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan, Edmund O'Brien, Ben Johnson, and Warren Oates. The story concerns an aging outlaw gang on the Mexico-United States border, trying to adapt to the modern world of 1913. The film was controversial because of its violence and its portrayal of crude men attempting to survive by any available means. The Wild Bunch is noted for intricate, multi-angle, quick-cut editing using normal and slow-motion images, a revolutionary cinema technique in 1969. Peckinpah was nominated for an Outstanding Directorial Achievement Award by the Directors Guild of America, and cinematographer Lucine Ballard won the National Society of Film Critics Award for Best Cinematography. Regarded as one of the greatest films of all time, in 2008, the AFI listed 10 best films in 10 genres and ranked The Wild Bunch as the 6th best Western.
We gotta get him back! How?
Notable mentions: White Comanche, a spaghetti western starring William Shatner in a dual role. Normally hairy-chested William Shatner was forced to subject himself to a complete body waxing before appearing buffed and shirtless before the camera. Listed in Golden Raspberry Award founder John Wilson's book, The Official Razzie Book Guide, as one of the 100 most enjoyable bad movies ever made.
For someone who's trying to live like a white man, you're sure turning out to be one hell of a Comanche.
It's the white Comanche.
Let me go!
Now the Indian breed murdering skunk!
Your senior murdered the whole family.
You got the wrong man.
They ain't no mistake who you are.
The Valley of Gwangi, a fantasy western produced by Charles H. Schneer and Ray Harryhausen, directed by Jim O'Connolly, starring James Franciscus, Richard Carlson, and Gila Golan. Creature stop-motion effects were by Harryhausen. He had inherited the film project from his mentor, Willis O'Brien, responsible for the effects in the original King Kong, 1933. O'Brien had planned to make The Valley of Gwangi decades earlier, but died in 1962, before it could be realised. Producer Charles Scheer called it probably the least of the movies Ray and I ever made. The sound that Gwangi makes is that of a camel and a raspberry played backwards. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate likes, shares and subscribers. Check out my channel and Facebook page. Links are in the description. Drop me your comments. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.